Good day and welcome to today's podcast, the first of its very kind. Right? My name is Oluwatumbi Blessing Olalekon, the founder of MaekllTech. All right. So I actually decided to do this podcast sake of several questions which people do ask me about. All right. So just to shed more light on my journey into technical drawing and where I actually started from to where I am and probably where I actually aim to be in the nearest future. All right. So in a nutshell, this podcast is not just for it's not for show off. Actually, it is actually to help somebody outside there because I actually know somebody needs this, and it might be you. Yeah, it might be you watching this. All right. So a quick one. Let me actually take it from the start, the origin. Okay, so I left secondary school a few years back. All right, I attended a public secondary school, and I never have the opportunity to offer technical drawing because we don't have a teacher taking technical drawing in my secondary school until 2 months to my final paper in SS3. Okay, in my high school. So yeah, we had a teacher, and the only thing he successfully taught us was how to do lettering in technical drawing. That was the only thing he explained to us successfully. So I wrote my WAEK. Obviously I won't include technical drawing because I'm just getting to know that a subject existed that they call technical drawing. Okay, so after the WAEK, I waited 2 years at home seeking admission into the university to study engineering, mechanical engineering to be precise. Okay, so after 2 attempts, couldn't gain admission into the university, so I decided to opt for the College of Education. So I applied to study technical education at the Federal College of Education Technical Akoka, Lagos State, to study technical education. And under technical education at the college I mentioned earlier on, we have 5 departments under the School of Technical Education. We have building technology, woodwork technology, metalwork, electrical, electronics, then automobile. All right. So, a quick one in case most of you guys don't know. My daddy is a metal smith, yeah, a welder or an iron mender, whatever you might call it. So before I actually gained admission into the College of Education, right from my secondary school days, I serve as an apprentice to my father. Now, my father is a welder, then I am actually proud to say that today because several things I learned from him then. I never knew I would become a teacher, and I never knew I would be applying them to teach people in the classroom. And that is why my style of teaching tends to be different because I don't just teach from the theoretical aspect, I teach from the practical aspect because most of those things technical drawing entails, I have seen them real life and do them real life in one way or the other. All right. So fast forward, I gained admission into the Federal College of Education Technical Akoka in the year 2013. So fortunately, or will I say unfortunately, I am to offer engineering drawing every semester. So I am meant to spend 3 years in that college to get my diploma. You understand? A diploma in technical education. So and 3 years, and we have 2 semesters in a year. 2 semesters in a year. So which means I need to offer engineering drawing for 6 consecutive semesters before I graduated. Oh boy, it wasn't funny from the start. Me with zero knowledge of technical drawing, then offering a course titled technical education, it wasn't easy. So is it from the several very poor line quality or to the mishandling of technical drawing instruments? It wasn't funny and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. Even my best drawing then, if I remember, I had to picture the drawing I actually think was my best drawing. It is not compared to my worst drawing now. So that shows how far I've actually gone I've actually moved on. I've actually improved since my very experience at the College of Education. All right. But one thing is this, yeah, a special mention to my very good friend, okay, Matthew Kayode Victor. Yeah. So whenever I see him, I do call him my boss because Matthew knows Think and Drain a lot. Yeah, he's an alumnus of CMS Boys Grammar School at Bariga. So I remember then when most of my guys, we do go for classes, do several class practice, several assessments. And Matthew won't even come to class, and whenever Matthew wants to come, maybe he just wants to write a test throughout the whole semester. And are you aware that just a single test Matthew is going to write, one, he is going to finish before any of us, and he's going to actually have the highest score because his pencil work is out of this world. So it was years later I get to know that Tinker isn't just about just knowing what to draw. Then your precision, your timing, you understand, and the quality of your drawing matters a lot. Precision, timing, and the quality of your pencil work actually matters a lot. So most of the times when we want to go on holidays, I will ask Matthew, guy, help me now. Matthew will give me textbooks, tell me to do this, to do that. Yeah, in his best knowledge, in his best way of helping me, you understand, he gave me some things to actually look into. But looking back now, those things were it helping then. But looking back, yeah, those things I was trying to learn from Matthew. He was actually trying to help me in his own way. You understand? But I am talking as somebody who has actually experienced from year to year in Think and Drain. So as it is now, if anybody comes to me that he hasn't even heard of Think and Drain before, or he has never done Think and Drain before, and he wants to sit for maybe MAEKLL or MAEKLL in the next 1 month, I can. By the grace of God, I can actually undo you and give you what you need, and you will make at least a B. At least a B. Yeah. For your whole level, either MAEKLL or MAEKLL. And if you're a tertiary institution student, you can easily make an A because we are going to actually have more time. Because with the help of God and several hard work, I get to know what I should know before I. Because one thing is this Think and Drain is just like a building. Now imagine a building. I want to actually build, let us say even a bungalow. Now, do you expect me to start my building from the roof? No, I need to start from the foundation. So then, even before the foundation, I actually need to do the soil site testing, site clearing and leveling. You understand, the setting out. After the setting out, I'm going to lay the foundation. After the foundation, I'm going to do the ground floor. After the ground floor, I'm going to lay the walls. Then after the walls, I'm going to do the wall opening. After that, then the roofing. You understand? After the roofing, then you get what I'm trying to say. So it comes in strata, and that is how Think and Drain actually is like. Think and Drain also comes in strata. So there are some topics that you need to know before you actually move to another topic, and if you fail to know them, you will actually have problem. And believe me, several DMs I actually have is because of this particular problem, and that is why I decided to actually do this video. Yeah, people tend to be like, please, I want to understand something about sectioning, I want to understand this about isometric. And if you are my follower, you will take note that in most of my videos I will let you know that if you don't know this, don't watch this because you can't understand. I am not trying to actually bring down your morale. It is just the truth because I've actually gone through this. Yeah, I've undergone this, so I know how it actually feels, and I know what is at stake. I know what you need to have before having another one, and that is Think and Drain for you. Do you get it now? That is Think and Drain for you. And if you don't know what you need to know, then you are going to find most things in Think and Drain hard. And believe me, Think and Drain, when I finally unlock the secrets to it, it is one of the most cheapest subjects to me by the time I actually gain admission into the university later to study vocational and technology and vocational education. I major in automech at the University of Lagos. Yeah, Think and Drain, engineering drain, my architectural drain was one of the easiest course I ever offer, because whenever I'm having the exams to those courses, I don't read. I just go there with free mind. I enjoy myself. To me, it's just like enjoying myself. It is not hard because what? I know the basics. I don't need to cram and say, what do they want to bring out? I am ready for whatever the examiner is going to bring out because I understand the basics. and whatever they tend to bring out, I am very confident that I will tackle them, and which is so. Do you get it now? Which is so. So that's it. That's just it. Okay. So now in technical drawing, there are topics you need to know. You can't just pick technical drawing from the video and claim you want to know it from the video. No, you need to start from the basics. When you know the basics, you'll be able to apply them to subsequent problems. Okay, let me paint a particular picture to you now, and I am still going to talk more on this in my next episode of this podcast. Okay, let's say for example, let us take an ellipse, for example. Now you are new to technical drawing. Maybe you resume to your school late, tertiary institution for that matter, and the topic that we are doing is ellipse. Yes, you find ellipse difficult, and that is why I don't actually give responses to some questions on my YouTube page, because those questions actually looks, that's why most of the questions I don't actually give responses to, because it just looks somehow. Yeah, someone will be like, why didn't you explain how you do this, how you do this, how you do this? I'll be like, I won't explain how I did this, because I expect you to already understand this before you even make attempts to watch video on this. You understand? So the video I'm playing on YouTube is just to actually assist you to actually do whatever you want to do. Okay? And believe you me, most of the questions people do ask me on YouTube, I have videos on them, but they actually find it difficult to sit down, understand them before doing what they ought to do. So believe you me, there is no shortcut to success. Likewise, there is no shortcut to understanding or to becoming a master in technical drawing. Yeah, I never said I am a master in technical drawing. I am still trying to be there. Do you get it? So I never said I am a master. I am not there yet, but I'm still trying to be there. Then I believe I'm going to get there. Alright, but it takes hard work. It takes consistent practice. I look myself nowadays in class, I want to sketch. Then I see that my line is straight without using ruler. I just sketch and everything is straight. I'll be like, wow. Yeah, years back, I can't do that. Even with ruler, but now without ruler I can draw a straight line on the board. So it takes practice, it takes years of practice. That's it. So before digressing from what I was saying earlier on, I want to produce an ellipse. Let us say I want to produce an ellipse using auxiliary circle method now. So I want to make a video on how to produce an ellipse on auxiliary circle method. So after drawing the circle of the major axis and the minor axis, I won't show the steps of how to divide that circle into 12 equal parts, because I expect you to have actually known that. Now, somebody who doesn't have the basic knowledge of technical drawing will come there and say, you do not show how you divide that circle into 12 equal parts. To me, that question looks... Do you get what I'm trying to say? You get me? You get it? I don't want to just say it out here on here. So that question looks somehow. I'll be like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So that's it. Initially, if you follow technical drawing from the basics, the first thing you need to know in technical drawing is lettering. After lettering, you need to know how to bisect a line and how to bisect an angle. So when you learn how to bisect a line and an angle, then you need to know how to divide a line into equal parts and proportion. So if you were able to succeed doing that perfectly, then the next thing I expect you to know how to do is how to divide a circle into equal parts. Even during the area of bisection of line and angles, you should be able to divide the circle into equal parts. Then that's it. So, and one thing is this: most of the videos I actually posted on YouTube, they are basics. I have videos for their basics, but we youth of nowadays, we don't want to actually understand the process. All we want is the answer. I just need the answer, and it actually bothers my heart to say this. Then I will say it. Most of our viewers on YouTube are just cramming. So when you see somebody, don't worry, spanner, I can draw spanner. Okay, what about if the examiner changed the question from spanner to something else? You will now be left scrambling up and down. Yeah, that is because you don't actually understand the concept behind the construction of a spanner. And the concept behind it is tangency. Do you know the concept of tangency true and true? No, you don't. So by the time the lecturer or the lecturer gave you spanner and something else in class, and the exam it changed it to bob or to a plier, you'll be like, I did not practice this. That is because you actually cramped the spanner. You don't understand the concept. So one thing about technical drawing is this: from every level, either from secondary school level to tertiary institution level, engineering drawing or technical drawing is not hard. It is very cheap because it is practical in nature. All you have to do is understand the basics. for every topic you guys offer in secondary school, in tertiary in engineering technical drawing, there are several topics that actually makes up that topic. Yeah. So for example, now somebody enter my DM telling me he doesn't know how to actually do something on sectioning. I asked, can you draw orthographic creation very well? He said no. Do you understand isometric creation? He said no. I said, you don't have any business trying to understand sectioning, because you don't even know how to draw isometrically, you don't know orthographic. Then how do you expect to actually take grasp of the concept of sectioning? That is it. There is no magic. And before sectioning, you must actually know how to convert from orthographic back to isometric. Now, you don't understand isometric, you don't understand orthographic, you don't know how to convert, and you want to do sectioning. And some people say, I want to do assembly drawing, I want to do machine drawing. No. There's no shortcut to these things. You must get it right from the basics. So when the foundation is properly laid, then every other thing comes easy peasy. They come easy peasy. Alright, so in subsequent podcasts, I will be explaining things you need to know before dabbling into several topics that you actually feel they are hard in technical drawing. Those things you need to know, I will explain them to you. And if you are new to technical drawing, don't be afraid. I can assure you that I've actually trained people for 2 weeks to write MAEKLL, to write MaekllTech, and they have A's, B's without having any knowledge in technical drawing before. Yes. And when I say I've trained them for 2 weeks, not that I'm having classes with them every day. I only have 2 hours with them for 3 times in a week. Yeah, I have several students like that. I only have 2 sessions with them in a week, and each of my sessions I take 2 hours, 3 hours just for 2 weeks, which means I already have, maybe roughly, if I'm going to calculate it, some I have 24 hours, some I have less than 24 hours, and at the end of the day, they actually make an A. And these people don't have any prior knowledge in technical drawing. And the reason why they actually make that grade is because I take it from the basics. I tend to build my house from the scratch, so that whenever the examiner is going to come with anything, you won't be shaking. You won't be shaking. That's it. You won't be shaking. So just like Peter said, Peter is being talked about in the Bible that on this rock will I build my house, and when the storm comes, it won't pull it away. That's just it, and that is technical drawing from you. If you build your knowledge of technical drawing on a solid foundation, irrespective of the difficulty level which the examiner is actually going to bring to you, you will be able to sort it out. That's it. Not that I haven't faced some questions that are tough. Yeah, I have faced tough questions before. But one thing is this: irrespective of the magnitude of the difficulty level of any question on technical or engineering drawing I'm going to face, I have this assurance that I will find a solution to it, because I already mastered the basics. So with the knowledge of me mastering the basics, even if it's something I don't know before, then I want to learn, it will be easier for me to learn because I already have idea of the basics. Alright, and let me just chip this in. I am actually working on a textbook, since about 3 years ago. Yeah, because I don't just want to create a textbook and drop it outside there. I want to make a textbook that is actually different from every other textbook that is outside there. And the textbook is going to actually show you precept upon precept of how to become a pro in technical drawing. Because each topic I give pictures and steps on how to do everything. So it takes time, I know, but I think it's actually worth the wait. It is worth the wait. And when this textbook is finally ready, I will let you guys know. But before then, I just feel like sharing this with you, and I hope to do this more often. So if you have any suggestions on what I can actually speak on concerning technical engineering drawing, feel free to drop it under the comment section or on my email. Alright, or my WhatsApp contact as displayed in the flyer at the beginning of this video. Once again, my name remains Oluwatomi Blessing Olalekon, and I hope as we move on, I will be able to convince and not to confuse you that technical drawing or engineering drawing is not a hard subject or a hard course. It is one of the most cheapest course you will ever face as an engineering student, because to me it is cheap like plantain chips, very cheap like plantain chips, and it is easy as ABC. Thank you. See you in the next episode of this podcast.